Can you believe that Jinder Mahal is currently in possession of the WWE Championship? Not like that, of course. He merely stole it from Randy Orton this week on SmackDown, and many other things happened as well. Wasn't it the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Jinder, who's suddenly just balling out with limousines and suits and everything, which came out of nowhere, I guess, just popping up through the sunroof with the WWE Championship going, yeah, come on. It's been an eventful one. I'm Jack from WhatCulture.com, of course, and it's time to look at all the ups and all the downs from this week's SmackDown Live. Now, last week we started things off by giving SmackDown an automatic down, unfortunately, because they've still got JBL on the show despite his horrible bullying ways. And again, we're going to have to do this every week until, he's removed from his position. And I guess it's not like this is going to make Vince go like, oh no, like we're going to have to change it because Jack's giving us a down on SmackDown. Imagine if that was true. Imagine if that was how things worked. Unfortunately not, but as a matter of principle, we are going to continue giving SmackDown an automatic down as long as JBL's on the show. And not only was he on commentary, he was also on Talking Smack this time as well. 1-0 to the Downs, ridiculous. We open the show, this sounds like it's going to be an up, this sounds really exciting. We open the show with Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm giving it a down. This was a bad segment. Obviously Nakamura and his limitations with the English language mean that he can't really, he can't carry a promo by himself, but whoever was writing Dolph Ziggler's script last night, Ziggler made Michael Jackson jokes about Shinsuke Nakamura because, he wears red and dances, I guess. Poor effort, like it could have been so much better. I am still looking forward to the match, but as a promo segment alone, it's 2-0 to the Downs. Next up we had AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin in another match between the pair. AJ Styles won again, this time with a lovely sunset flip into a roll-up, and then he pinned him. And then after the match he got beaten down by not only Baron Corbin, but by Kevin Owens as well, who still looks really weird clean-shaven. Like it's growing back in slightly, but he looks so strange. It's the suit as well. He looks like a different person. He looks like the Mortal Kombat palette swap of Kevin Owens from the original, from Raw, basically. He looks like the reptile or the smoke character. AJ was getting beaten down, and then none other than Sami Zayn came out to save the day, except he didn't save the day. Kevin Owens hit Styles with the pop-up powerbomb. The heels stood tall. Interesting. Nothing wrong with this. It was a good match, good post-match segment. Interesting interplay between two different feuds. Who's going to end up feuding with who? Is it going to be AJ and Owens because US Championship? Does that mean, therefore, that it'll be Corbin and Zayn? Who knows? Everything's a bit out in the open. I liked it. 2-1 to the Downs. We're giving this segment an up. Next up, American Alpha got a win, finally, after what feels like months of just nothing, like either not being on the show at all or getting beaten. They finally beat the Colognes. I'm giving it an up. It was a perfectly serviceable match. It had that time limit gimmick, the beat the clock challenge. It was all right. It was high paced and fast and frenetic and stuff. But I do have to say one, and I'm giving it an up as well, by the way. But I do have to say one thing. As much as I hated the Shining Stars gimmick, the solution is to work that gimmick and improve it, or give them a better new gimmick, not just take the gimmick away and not have anything. Let's just hope they have something in the near future. Next up we had Eric Rowan versus Randy Orton in what must be one of the least exciting sounding matches of the year. It was actually alright, like I'm still giving it a down. It was quite sort of plodding, as you can imagine Orton versus Rowan would be. It was kind of plodding. It was kind of, there was weapons, it was no DQ, which spiced things up a little bit. There was a table spot, then we went to a commercial break, which kind of took away the flow of the match, and then we came back, and then Orton won in the end, of course. I feel bad giving it a down, but it was certainly better than I expected, just not good. I'll tell you what was good. Even though I'm not a fan of Jinder Mahal being in such a high position on the card, despite having won approximately 3 matches ever, check that might not be true, he might have won less. But Jinder, honestly, this was a decent post-match. Him and the Bollywood Boys came out, beat down Orton, stole the belt, ran off with it. Very clever booking on WWE's part, because we've heard now that House of Horrors match might not necessarily be for the WWE Championship, which would make no sense. Now they've got an excuse for this. And yes, it's kind of retconning a previous mistake, or like making an excuse for a strange decision, but at least it means that Wyatt could win, or at least could dominate the House of Horrors match, which is what you kind of want to see on Sunday. So that segment gets an up. Bonus points as well, not literal bonus points, we're keeping that the same, but bonus points, just nice little informal bonus points for the popping out the sunroof. I love that. I love escapes when one wrestler like drives away. There's a car way and it was it's like something from Vice City. There was a limo. They were wearing suits. It was genius. Next up, my favourite SmackDown moment of the year so far. Forget about the Elimination Chamber match. That was really good. Blah, blah, blah. Forget about Cena versus AJ at the Royal Rumble. This is the best thing that SmackDown have done all year. Breezango are the new #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships against the Usos. They won the Beat the Clock time scramble challenge thing. They beat the Ascension in about 3 minutes, lads. They smashed it. American Alpha looked slow by comparison. I'm just really excited. The match was alright, it was fine. I'm just excited because I love Breezango and I think they're a fantastic gimmick and I think they look smashing. And I just would really like to I think they look really, really good, really manly and good. They're great, I love them. And I feel like Tyler Breeze and Fandango have both been sort of misused and thrown together and they're making the most of it. And I sincerely, sincerely hope. I don't think they'll win the tag belts, but if they do, I'll be so happy. This segment gets an up, this match, it's all good. It's all good stuff. And finally, the main event, a women's title match between Charlotte and the champion, the current champion, Naomi. It was a good match and it gets an up. I'm not sure about what happened after. It seems like we've seen the birth of a new stable in the women's division, which is Natalya, Carmella, and I've not even written it down. And Tamina Snuka. Tamina. They kind of warned Becky Lynch before. They were like, if you're not with us, you're against us. And then they ran out and Becky Lynch she wasn't with them. Charlotte, is this a face turn for Charlotte? I don't know. It was a good match. Charlotte didn't win the title. She won by DQ because they attacked her first, but they attacked Naomi as well. I'm interested to see if Charlotte does turn heel and does turn face, and what she'd be like as a face. Guess that's one for the future. It was an alright main event. Shame about the non-finish. Strong enough though to earn itself an up, and that brings us to the final score. The ups have won 5-3 despite us automatically giving the downs an advantage due to JBL still being one of the commentators on SmackDown Live. And yeah, happy days, good week, decent week of SmackDown action, certainly better than Raw, in which genuinely one of the only enjoyable parts of the show was the dumpster match, which everyone thought was going to be a joke. It was actually one of the better bits of the show. SmackDown is doing what we all thought it would, and it's putting on better shows than Raw immediately because the roster is just so strong now from a work rate perspective, and I can't see that really changing anytime soon. I've been Jack from WhatCulture.com. Thank you very much for watching SmackDown Live's ups and downs for this week. The ups have won. Happy days. Let's all go and don't have a drink. It's midweek, but have a nice wait until the weekend and then we'll celebrate. I'll see you soon. No!